Okay, so this is the MVS 950. Holy shit! The seating position is is different. I'm not a fan of the cruiser slash custom seating position, so this is something completely new for me. Oh, this is a great mirror. That's gonna help. Yeah, so there is basically no power here. Compared to, I just came off the MTO 10, so please forgive me for not exactly having a great comparison here, because that was the most insane bike I ever ridden. But this is, I think they called it the Bolt. The sound is pretty damn cool. It's like a really deep sound. It shakes like crazy. The clutch and brake handle is like 4 times bigger than they're supposed to be, or usually are. But it moves pretty well. Easily leaning. Actually very agile. Surprisingly agile. It does have some power, but nothing that would compare to, I would even say it has less power than the MTO 7 and Tenere 700. Just doesn't have that oomph. It shakes like crazy. You have to live with the shaking. The bars are shaking, the pegs are shaking, the mirrors are shaking, the seat is shaking, and the seat is very padded, so how that can shake this much I have no idea. But this is one of those rumbly things. I'm having a hard time finding the pegs because they're so forward to what I'm used to. Also, I don't know if there's a quick shifter on this thing. I didn't ask, so I don't think there's a quick shifter. I'll be surprised. There's no modes that I can see, but I may be wrong. I have no idea. I haven't exactly done a lot of research on this thing. I wasn't expecting to test ride this thing. Yeah, the acceleration is not impressive. And I don't think there's a gear that I will get impressive acceleration out of it. Seating position is really comfy. Really comfy. Mirrors, the one that works is great. I feel like I'm slow at all times. I have no idea my RPM, which I hate. I need an RPM gauge to know where I'm at. Am I supposed to? Am I in the low gears? I mean, am I in the high gear? I have no idea where I am at. This is full throttle. actually say there's a lot of power in this bike. You know what? I can pretty much say this is for one of those hardcore bikers. This is nothing for me whatsoever. I like the seat, it's comfortable, and that's pretty much the only thing I like about it. My legs have to be spread out. I have nothing to clamp onto, which I am not used to. That's probably why that feels weird. I feel like I can't use the first gear because it shakes so much, and I am not sure how much it's supposed to shake. I don't know how much RPMs I can do. I don't know what I don't know anything. Right now it's shaking so much that everything is blurry. I don't know, call it dash. It's just everything is blurry. The mirrors is blurry. My vision is almost getting blurry from all the shaking. And considering you don't have that power of every other bike, I don't see the attraction. Yeah, power is like on the level of like a 300. So yeah, I don't know what the other than the seating position, I do not understand the point of this bike. 950 cc's and it feels like it's a 300. It shakes as nothing else I have ever been on. Although I can understand that for people who love like that type of motorcycle, this would be a really nice bike. I'm gonna check the brakes for a while just here. Yeah, the brakes works fine. It's you can test the rear brake. I don't think there's a point. Yeah, that's a typical rear brake. I don't know what else to tell you. Maneuverability, it's easy to move, but the position I'm at makes it a little weird, a little less than optimal. I wouldn't say it's maneuverable. You could probably get a knee down if you really wanted to, but I mean, yeah, you can lean pretty well. Even though the pegs seem to be very low, because you're so low. I mean, I'm almost 90-degree angle on my legs here. So yeah, there is so many weird things going on here. Oh, that's the fuel gauge, and that says something. The acceleration of this bike is not impressive, but that's with an empty tank. You have to add like 40 pounds, 20 kilograms of fuel probably. So this would be a pretty heavy bike, I would guess. Even in first gear, there's like nothing there. You give full throttle and just like, no, I'm chilling. It's like the bike just going, don't bother me, man. I'm doing my own thing here. Of course, the rumble, that I would like to have on my MT-09. That would be cool. I don't think I would like to have it all the time, but oops, it was neutral. The shifting on this thing is so different from my MT-09, so I'm gonna miss shift on this one too, just like the Tenere, because it's just, I'm not used to it. I don't know what the fuck happened with this thing, but oh, it's not screwed on. Someone has screwed it off. That's an asshole thing to do. Let's see if we can get it back on. I don't know what the fuck that thing is, but whatever they have to do, they have to fix that, because that's only going to give the mirror to the opposite, the person in front of you. But yeah, I mean, for non-highway riding, it's a pretty comfy bike, except for the excessive shaking, of course, but that's a little bit of given. I'm a little bit scared of doing of scraping the pegs on this thing. Full gas. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I would say maybe better than this 300. Let's say somewhere around 600. No, yeah, no, not sports bike. I would have to say less than a 600 sports bike too. But leaning it feels really solid. It is in no way uncomfortable. It's pretty flickable. You could probably do, I mean, like I said, I'm scared of scraping pegs and stuff because it's not my bike, it's a demo bike, and I haven't ridden a bike like this, so it's very new to me. But I'm guessing when you get used to this bike, you could probably scrape or ride pretty hard without scraping any pegs. It's just that lack of acceleration that it's sort of underwhelming at this point. Like I said, I just came off the MT10, which is like the beast of all beasts when it comes to torque and acceleration and stuff, so this is a little bit of a letdown. I think I'm supposed to shift down. It's like I have no idea if I'm in a high or low gear. Now it sounds like it's too high. And go one up, and to me it sounds like it's going to stall any minute. So when I don't have a RPM gauge, I get confused. I don't have a gear indicator, so I have to literally remember everything. Unusual, but fun. Absolute, very fun. You feel really badass riding this bike, except that I'm in a race suit gear, racing gear, so I may look a bit stupid. It's not exactly the type of gear you expect for this. It's easy to move. I give it a 5 out of 10. Definitely has its ups and positives and negatives. You see here.